today, another day fighting insurance companies.
Oh yeah, never stops.
Well, Pete, you know that our firm predominantly handles automobile accident cases. When you're in Pennsylvania and you select an insurance company to provide your coverage, you have to make a selection first of limited tort or full tort coverage. A lot of people do not know what that means. Could you tell us?
Sure. Most people, when they get a policy, they want to get the cheapest policy they can get. You're automatically in Pennsylvania entitled to full tort or a full rights policy. But often people, to save a few bucks, they choose limited tort. Well, limited tort limits what they're able to sue for. So when somebody selects a limited tort policy, they've basically given up their right to sue for pain and suffering, which oftentimes is a big part of the case.
Right. And most of what we do is when a lawyer represents somebody is to sue for the pain and suffering, the economic damages, the wage loss that they could do themselves, the property damage, but it's that pain and suffering for the injury that is sometimes catastrophic that you want to be able to collect for.
Right, absolutely. You and I have been doing it for going on 30 years or so, or even more. The art of it is being able to present it to an insurance company or to a jury if necessary about what the actual physical pain and suffering a person has sustained, to be able to present it in a way that maximizes their recovery. And that's not necessarily so easy.
Now, it all starts when a person goes to their agent and says, I want car insurance. And gee, I don't want to spend a lot of money. And oftentimes then the agents will say, oh, you can get limited tort. If you have an injury that's pretty bad, you can still collect. If you have limited tort, there are certain exceptions where you are afforded full tort coverage. What are those
Right, and
exceptions?
they're built into the law, and one of the exceptions is if you are struck by a drunk driver, somebody who's later convicted or pleads guilty to drunk driving. Another exception would be if it was an out-of-state driver that struck you, somebody from Delaware, Maryland. Most often is somebody who sustains a serious injury.
And I love that term, serious
Yeah.
injury,
What's
because
it-
the agent says, well, if you have a serious injury, what is a serious injury?
And it's up to a court. If an insurance company learns that you have limited tort, and they will learn it if you're injured and you file a claim, then they're going to make it a lot harder.
Let's say I get a back injury, a normal case in a car accident, a sprain, a strain. I'm out of work for a month. I'm limited. I do therapy and I gradually get better, but I still have, little twinges 6 months, a year later. To me, that's serious. Is that going to be serious?
Most often I would say probably not in Pennsylvania. In Pennsylvania, when they say serious, they mean serious, where you have broken bones, herniated disc in your neck or your back, and the problems are generally either ongoing or sometimes permanent.
So why wouldn't everyone select full tort if it's easier? You don't have to worry about the guy being drunk out of state. Why wouldn't everybody select full
Because
tort?
people aren't informed. You should be paying a few more bucks.
When you say a few bucks, what have we seen as the difference if I'm going to select full tort or limited tort? How much more will I pay?
Anywhere below $100 up to a couple $100.
It's the price of a few dinners. Don't
That's
go
about
out a
right.
few times and you can get full coverage for your family.
Oh, absolutely right. When you talk to your agent, make sure that the agent informs you fully about what full tort means.
Yeah, we'll spend 5 minutes with you and tell you what might be the best coverage for you and your family.
And I'd like to say it's 5 minutes, but quite often it's a lot more, and we don't mind spending the time because we like to have informed clientele. It's important. It's important for you, the citizens.